Hey coaches, welcome back to Football Talk with Coach Chip. This is the addendum to the screen drill video that I just dropped, posted, uploaded, whatever you call that. And this is nothing but video clips of teams of two of the teams I've coached actually running screen the way it is in the screen drill right here, the diagram that I'm going over highlighting right here now. This is good stuff. It shows you how you can do it. You've seen it. If you have not seen the screen drill video, as soon as this one's over, there'll be a link in the comments below in the description. Click on that link and see it. Okay. Most of you watching this probably got it linked up from the screen drill video. All right, before we get started, thank you for all of you who have subscribed to the channel. We're approaching 3,000, about 200, a little over 200 something away, maybe about 250. I'm not sure. I haven't checked in a couple of days. And I was looking back at some old videos from 2 years ago when I was asking people to subscribe, and we were trying to break the 500 mark. So we've come a long way in 2 years, y'all. Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone that has subscribed. And if you're watching this and you haven't, what's wrong with you? Come on now. So just click on the subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything. You won't get bombarded. It only means that you'll know, because when you click on your subscribed channels, it will pop up that I've put something new up. And if you want to know every time I put something new up, click on the bell and you'll get an alert on your device saying, hey, Coach Chip just posted another video. All right. So be sure to do that. And don't forget to like this video, click that thumbs up, and also share my channel with your coaching buddies or anybody that just loves football, the hardcore fan. Let's get started, y'all. First video we're going to look at is, it's coming to us. It is screen left. It's coming right toward the camera. And notice that the linemen don't go flat, and it messes with their angles, and it turned, well, it was an 8-yard gain. But what could have been a lot more if they would stay on their angles. Good job by the receiver getting his fanny up the field after he catches it. You got you set. See, he just touched him and went. You got, don't get in a hurry. Don't rush yourself. And also, go flat. All right, don't tell the kids, we can live with 3. Okay, but preach 5, teach 5, demand 5. In practice on the drill. Look, and the angle, they got to stay flat, y'all. They've got to stay flat right here and then adjust. And if this guy's dropping like crazy, like he is right here, and you get out here like this, there's nothing wrong with you releasing flat, then turning up and blocking like that. Now you give your receiver a 2-way go. There's nothing wrong with that. So that's all good stuff. But we can't, look, we're just releasing downfield. The center just takes off and goes straight down the field. And we don't get the linebacker either. But safety made the play. Now this one, I circled this. There's 2 schools of thought on this. Somebody said aim at the down marker when throwing it out there. And I told him, I said, that official's going to be there even if it's 3rd and 4 up here. The official's going to be standing right there, but of course the down marker is behind him. But what if you're throwing it to the home side of the field? There's no down marker. The official's always there. So try to use him as a landmark if you need to. Because remember, you're not throwing it to the receiver. You're throwing it to a spot. Go back and look at the screen drill. You're trying to throw the ball through the gate. Remember, put the cones down. And the receiver's going to run up and come back through what I call the gate. I got that idea from watching the downhill skiing. They call those things, they go around gates. I said, so they go through those things and around those things, and they're called gates. And so I just said, you got to run through the gate, and you got to throw it into the gate. And who's going to be on a pretty good angle with that from the quarterback to the gate? The official. So play catch with the official. Throw it to him. Watch. Not much of a fake by the running back. So we're going to get the snap in a second. All right, good job, ran up the field. Really good by the receiver. Can't tell much about the blocking because of the low angle, but it was really a good job by the receiver. Coming back through the gate. Look. It's like he was playing catch with the official. I tell the official on our sideline, I said, we're going to throw a lot of screens. We're going to throw it right at you. He said, oh, okay. You know, they kind of think that's cool. Never had one get mad about it. So we're going to throw it to you. Be careful. Don't say we're using him as a target or throwing at him. Say we're throwing to you. Throw it to the official. Right there, look. That's good stuff. We're going to, now this time there's no jet action. We're throwing to the two receiver side. First off, number 2, great hustle. This is a great kid. He did everything full speed. Come right here. Come under control. Break down. Come to balance. Don't just go running to him. It's kind of like I teach linemen on pass blocking. Don't get in a hurry. You know, set up, and they can't beat you until they meet you. And he can't beat him. He can't beat him until they meet each other. Now, we got the bonus coming here. You say, well, why have you got him going to 1? That's what you teach in the drill, but now you got the receiver doing it. Because when we do run it to the single receiver side, when we do run it with jet action, you've got to teach the linemen they've got number 1. Don't teach them they've got number 2 on some and number 1 on others. Teach them number 1. We want that landmark. They get out there and that guy's dropped a lot, or they get out there and that guy's blocked. The receiver has already come over here, set up, and drove his butt into the water bucket. That's fine. He can turn up field. Linemen are used to turning up field and finding work. Yeah, that's what they do. You know, I haven't been to an offensive line practice in years and not heard a line coach say, find work. Usually because I'm the line coach. But he's a little flatter than the other one was, which is good. Now watch him break down. He comes under control and the tackle gets him. It's a good job running the football by the receiver. He needs to go up a little more. See, he's waiting a little bit. We don't want that. Watch. See, he barely crossed the line of scrimmage. Go ahead and run your fanny up to here and come back. If you don't stop at all as a receiver and as you're coming through the gate, the ball arrives, then that's outstanding. Okay? Chase perfection, and achieve excellence along the way. Vince Lombardi. It wasn't terrible timing, but just saying, if you want to do it perfect, so he stops. All right, again, we talked about this in the drill video. You cannot run to them. I know because we're running the stationary landmarks in the drill. Eventually it's good once you get into the pads and all to put bodies out there as well, kind of like the jet drill. But you don't want to run to where they are. Watch, the kid's going to drop. And when he drops, he comes to him where he needs to realize this kid is up. And so the block is not going to happen here. The block's going to happen here. But it's a hell of a job by number 12, the cornerback. Did a really good job on this one. And you won't hear me say that much. See, right at him. Okay, if you go too deep, you can't come back. If you go too shallow, you can always get deeper. Remember that. Another case of running to them. Again, do not go where they are. All right, to begin with, our wide receiver coach gave this kid hell when it happened. And I don't know how much he got back in the game. He was just a 9th or 10th grader, and we're playing against a much bigger school, and we're trying to play more kids to keep our starters fresh. And he's out there, but watch, it's not a lack of effort. He comes right here. He busts his butt, but this guy right here jukes him. You got to come under control and don't go to where they are. Go to where they're going to be. Understand he's coming up and coming back. This is 2 clips, back-to-back good plays by corners. I'm going to have to repent. See, he's going, I mean, great effort, but poor execution. And he realizes it. You can tell by his body language, I screwed up. He looks over his shoulder because wide receiver coach is back over here giving him, you know what? Oh, man. That's just a question. That's on coaching. You got to, got to come back and fix that. You got to set up the drill. You got to practice, a few minutes each day of them breaking down and going to where they're going to be and understand, be a football player. Especially at a small school where kids play offense and defense, they know what this kid's going to drop and run to the football. And again, if you go too deep, you can't get back. But if you're too shallow, you can get deep. Does that make sense? I hope so. Sorry, the top of it's knocked off. It was right at the edge. But once you see, I don't know if you can see the tackle, he's going to take out that. You can barely see it. He took out that outside linebacker. That's the kill shot that I told you in the screen drill. They don't happen much. They're like home runs. They're accidents. And the grass made one heck of a tackle on the wide receiver. Pass, set, throw, go. He saw he's not looking. And he went and got him. All right, here's formation into the boundary. Good job waiting on your block. Got to do a better job. Number two receiver. Again, good effort. Not a lack of hustle, just not smart. See, look, he's going to him. Problem is, what's the corner doing? He's coming to the ball. This is, deep into the season. They know we're going to run the screen. When he sees that guy, look, the ball's still in the quarterback's hands. Corner's already stopped, rerouted, and he's coming here. You got to come here. Remember, too shallow, you can go deep. Too deep, you can't go shallow. He should have broke down right up in here and then built that wall. He comes in here, going to pick up his blocks. Talking about great hustle from the line. Look how far the line is now away from the receiver. Watch what happens. Oop, wait for you. There you go. See, if we get that corner, we got a chance. Still a good play. Big game. All right, here's going up to the top, formation in the boundary. Love to throw the screen in the boundary because it stays in the air for a less amount of time. It's not a question of, I don't care how strong your arm is. If you're going to throw in high school from one hash, if you're going to throw from this hash to the bottom of that number, that's over half the field. A high school football field is divided into perfect thirds. It's the exact same distance from here to here, from here to here, and then from here to the other sideline. Exact same distance. And it's not that way in any other form of football. It's those that play under National Federation rules. Colleges have brought them in. You can see this is Auburn Stadium. Look, theirs are in here. And, of course, the pros are all the way into where the uprights are on the goalpost. They might as well not even have hash marks. Just put the damn thing in the middle of the field right here every time. But that's why we throw in the boundary. Now, we did throw a lot to our left, and I think it wasn't on purpose. I think it was easier, and the throws were better because a right-handed quarterback tends to throw better to his left because he's already set. Now you see we're doing a much better job. Watch the guy going to come out, going to break down, going to come to balance, like making an open field tackle almost. Come to balance. Look right there. Fit up on him. Now get physical. Their defensive end did a great job redirecting here and here, but you're going to see we still gained 4 or 5 yards. So, again, this is an extension of our run game. We don't look at it like a pass. I know it goes in the passing column, the yards do, and it goes toward the quarterback's completion rate. But we look at it like it's a jet sweep almost. This is an extension. We run it a ton, you'll see, on 1st and 10. It is one of our more common plays, especially during this season right here. 1st and 10 was, and we didn't realize it, but it was. But then again, if you got a run that's really good to you, that's a good time to run it. And so again, that goes back to the mindset, like USC back in the day in the I formation, the student body right, student body left, the sweep. They ran it a ton on 1st and 10. Why? Because it was their best running play. We ran this a ton. This is our student body left, student body right, especially when you figure, look at this one. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys who are going to get out in front of this ball. That's a sweep, y'all. Need to go flatter. Great job right here. You see the tackle sees that we've got the corner covered. So he's going to work upfield, look for work. Probably should have looked inside. But he wouldn't have got that DN. That DN just did a great job. He's pretty much unaccounted for. When they're athletic enough, they can redirect. Pursuit is what kills a screen, whether it be a fast screen or a slow screen. Pursuit. This is a rare occasion where we threw the ball to the field and faked the jet. This is the last game of the season, state championship game. They got all the film. We have not run much jet to the boundary and run much screen to the field. So we were trying to see if we could, break a tendency. They did a good job. This guy did not chase. The outside linebacker, he did not chase. But we do a good job. All right, so he's got the corner, right? Yes. But look, the corner has dropped so much. They were really playing 3 deep. They weren't playing with a safety and 2 corners. They were playing with 3 safeties that were deep. And so he's bailing. So he's not going to be there. So the first threat is right here, and he's going to take him, and that's a great job by the left tackle. And watch him finish. He comes to balance. Boom. Look at that. That's good stuff right there. That's the way you're supposed to do it. He didn't go flat enough, but we can live with it at this point. That's a good job by the receiver. He was really more of a linebacker, and he wasn't one of our better screen guys, but by the end of the year, number 9 was he was carrying the load on the screens. 9 and 3 became our best screen guys. They adapted to it well. All right, this is a good one right here. We're coming to the end of it. Going to go to the top up there. Boom. This is a case of going to the one receiver side after the motion. And I'm going to show you something. I remember what I said. If we always teach the tackle to get number 1, to get the widest guy. He's got the sidewalk. If you watch the drill video, this is the sidewalk. Numbers to the hash of the alley, and inside's the rat. This guy would be the rat. That's who the center should be looking to get. But what we're going to do, we're going to come out right here, and this is why you got to teach him to do that. You can't just say, hey, there's nobody over there to get him. You got to get him. You got to do it all the time, and then let him adjust when somebody else gets him when you're running it to trips or to twins. I wish you could see it blown up. What a good job. All right, as he loses his footing, maybe this is second week in December, on a pretty much a dead field that's been overseeded with rye, and rye is slicker than you know what. But when he goes down, he reaches up with his forearm and keeps trying to block the kid and make the kid fight over him, you see. And again, talking about ride the wave, this is the wave. This is the wave. And the receiver's going to, look, there's your kick out. Boom, and he splits it right there. And just like when you run a sweep, when you block it right, you catch a crease. whether you wide zone or you're pulling guards, pulling linemen like the old days, this is going to happen. Another example of finding the wave and then hitting the crease. That's what I wanted you to see. Ride the wave. Boom. Good job blocking. This is the power sweep, y'all. Look at the bodies out in front. There's 4 out there now, 3 linemen and the number 2 receiver. And you put it in the hands of an athlete, and you've got that potential to check out. And you take away a lot of the pursuit, him swinging, okay? This was a double screen. We blocked it like regular screen over here at the top. And then over here, there's stalk. Look, he's getting out here. And then we're swinging the tailback, the running back. Quarterback elected to throw it into the boundary and throw it to the receiver on the screen. All right, that's it. Thank you again. We're right at, we're just over 20 minutes on this thing. Remember, you hit me up at seagle.chip@gmail.com. seagle.chip@gmail.com. Please subscribe, like, and share the channel. It makes a difference. It really does. Don't forget about all our freebies. Go down to the bottom. If you have not seen the screen drill video, you need to click on the link to that, and I will link those up just as soon as I can when we get through with this right here. All right, until next time, y'all be elite.